Hi guys, welcome back. Today we thought we'd try something. I've read a few bits and pieces on the internet and stuff, and it's very different opinions how this is done. Basically what we've got here, a 2015 Range Rover Sport. As you can see, very important button missing for the heated steering wheel. In this weather in Scotland, nothing nicer than a heated steering wheel. So what we're going to try and do is swap this out. What we've done here, we've got a second-hand heated steering wheel. As you can see, missing the airbag and stuff, but it's got the correct wiring loom in it and the correct button. There's different opinions whether we've got to change the clock spring in there, but we're going to pull the steering wheel off, get a wee look inside it, get a look at the clock spring, see if it's different, and take it from there. So let's go on with it. Pull this airbag off. Obviously if you're doing this at home, I really recommend disconnecting the battery, because if you do anything wrong, that airbag will go off, and that costs you a lot of money. Right, so I'm going to grab a couple of tools, get that airbag popped off, get the steering wheel popped off, take it from there. Right, so we clip under the airbag, that pops off. I can't really show this in the video because it's quite awkward, but you turn that over, back of the airbag. We've got these two clips. There's a wee centre bit on them. You pop them out and then pull the clip out. Two of them out. One clip that came out of there and one clip came off back of the airbag there. So once they're all out, big bolt in the middle. Doing that out already, but big bolt in the middle. Quite simply take that off. And then steering wheel. One thing, make sure your steering wheel's sitting straight, 12 o'clock. And your wheels are sitting straight, because if you put it back on, you'll be in the wrong place, you'll be miles out. Quite good with these steering wheels, they've only got 6-sided hex, so you'd have to be quite a fair bit out. When you're pulling this out, just be careful, plugs come through like so. Right, steering wheel away at the road. This here is what we call our clock spring. Now, very important in this, can be turned round. Don't turn it, because it only does a certain amount of turns one way and a certain amount of turns the other way. If you get a complete turn out, when you go to turn your steering wheel, you go to full lock, you'll burst this and you'll need a new one. Bit we're looking at, don't know how well you'll see it in the video, is this wee plug here. That wasn't used in the steering wheel. This is the bit that gets used for the heated steering wheel. And if you have a look in there, there's no actually any pins. So we know that this clock spring won't do the heated steering wheel, so we're going to have to change that. So, couple of screws under here, pull these bits off, and we'll get into the clock spring. Bring the video back in after that. Alright, so there we go. Just pull these covers apart enough. It's your clock spring here. Got 4 screws, and we've got 2 plugs at the side here. These 2 wires down here are actually the power and the earth for your heated steering wheel, but as I explained before, the pins didn't go through the clock spring to get into the steering wheel. So we can get this part here from Land Rover as a new clock spring. I have to excuse the light, it's not very well. If you have a wee look in there, if you can see it in the video, there's the 2 pins. So that'll put the power through there, through your clock spring, out the 2 pins, then we'll be able to connect it up in the steering wheel. So as I say, 2 plugs down there, pull that out, new one in, and then we're ready to go. On the new clock spring, you'll notice this clip, it stops the spring from being able to turn. Don't pull that out until it's all fitted. Once it's all fitted, pull that off, you're ready to go. So I'm going to put the camera down now, get that swapped over, and we'll take it back from there. So we've got the steering wheel swapped over now. Buttons on this one were a bit on the grubby side, so I've actually swapped them out. This is the one off the original steering wheel, and this is a brand new one just from Land Rover. To swap them out very easily, on the back of them there you see this wee rubber bit, this wee mushroom shaped bit pops into that hole there. Okay, and on the back of them there's a screw, as you can see in there. Take that screw out and your paddle shift comes out, and then there's another screw that would have been sitting in there that goes into the back of the switch. So remove that switch, that screw from the back of the switch, turn it over, and then quite simply just pull the switch off. You've got one plug, just for your usual sort of thumb clip on them there, like push that, pull the plug out. Do the reverse, put it back together. Right, that's this steering wheel ready to go. To say, I've got this new clock spring all in, so now that we're ready to put this in, finally pull this out. Just snaps off like that. Now, as you can see, clock spring is able to turn, so you've got to be very careful that that doesn't get rotated. So for that reason, I'm going to put the phone down at the moment, and we are going to thread the two cables there through there, plug them all back in, and put the bolt in. Right, so once we've got the two plugs in, we quite simply tuck that all back in, hook the top one first, and then push the bottom in. You probably get a wee toot off the bottom as you're doing that. So top in first before you push the bottom in. Make sure your horn's working, that's all in. Okay, and then should be as ready. Start the car up, all good, and what we should see is a wee light when we press this button. Look at that. And that, folks, is a Cairn version from freezing cold Scottish leather steering wheel. Nice toasty warm hands. And we'll go and grab the infrared and then just make sure the steering wheel is working all the way around, and give a wee show of that as well. So I know the video has been probably a little bit scrappy because I've been holding everything by hand while I've been doing it, but just as a wee recap, we've proved second hand steering wheel with the correct wiring. Obviously when you're buying a picture, the only thing you've got to watch for, some of the cars have got the adaptive cruise control, so they'd have a slightly different switch here, have a couple of extra arrows. If they've got that, it's no use to you. You've got to make sure that you've got the same buttons here on your car as the one that you're buying. Once you buy that, you can even feel that heating already. It's lovely and warm. So if you buy the right one with the right buttons on it, all you need the steering wheel, right buttons, and it'll come with the wiring loom inside. You will need a new clock spring because the clock spring in your car won't work it. So airbag off, steering wheel off. As I said, be very careful with your clock spring, make sure you're at pointing straight with your steering wheel. When you put it back on, your steering wheel sitting the right way. Big bolt in the middle, take that out, take your steering wheel off. Two screws underneath, take them off, get your clock spring out, change that over. Very delicate at the back of the clock spring, there's some little pins. Can maybe actually show you them on this one. Torch on again. These pins on the back of that, if you bend any of them at all, you're in trouble, so you've got to be really delicate with that when you're putting it on. Okay, so clock spring on, build all that back together, back in, start her up, hit that button, nice warm steering wheel. Excellent for the winter nights in Scotland. Anyway guys, like and subscribe, always appreciated, and see you in the next video. Cheers for now. And there we go guys, the thermal image of that steering wheel, absolutely roasting. That's what you want when you're in Scotland there. Okay, thanks again for watching.